I had a classmate, one of the best student in the class, every single year. But when it came to his adult life, he was struggling to find a job. And he landed a job eventually and becoming the best employee of the company. But when we were in the school, we never saw him, we never looked at him as an employee. We always looked at him as the leader because he could memorize everything. He could solve everything. The biggest lie we parents convince ourselves for our children to understand how good they are is to see what are their grades, how good their grades are. That is a lie. A children who doesn't know how to solve problem, how to build things, has an entirely different mindset than the person who is very good in memorizing and solving math problems. I'm not saying that is important. That is also important. And that is important to become a good servant, to a good service person, but not to become someone who create job, not to become someone who create new service sector so he can employ more employees. You see, when a children watching for hours, that makes him a very, very good consumer. But when a children spend time building something, he becomes a very good builder. They are totally two entirely different mindset. And I'm not saying the person who is building not consuming as well. It depends what are you consuming. Are you fully into it? What are you consuming? And does it give you any value? If not, you are just a consumer. You can also consume things to learn how to build things. It is how, as a parent, you structure their life. So when you speak to your child and you always try to find out how good they did in their school, how good they did in their grade, what will be their future plan? They only know they need to be better in competing other children in grades, to get a job, to get a good salary. Instead, as a parent, if you always talk to your child, what did they build? Why did they build? Did they find any problem? How could they solve? Not in a very boring fashion, obviously, but if you encourage them to do these things, your children will be a totally different person that you could ever imagine that they could be solving math and physics problems.